What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. So in this video, I had to re-record it for the first 500 that saw the original recording. I apologize, but I needed to re-record this in more detail. That's because there were several comments that were basically alluding to the fact that I was being a bit disingenuous in the few examples that I showed, which is why I was only showing a few of them, because I was, being a bit disingenuous in what I was trying to show here. So in this video, I wanted to show a few more examples so you guys know that I don't ever put anything on the internet without doing my a fair amount of homework on the subject. So the video was and is about how good is Sub-Zero now that we have a little more time on the game after NRS has buffed him. The first round of videos went out and we only had about 1 day on it, and half of that day the game was down. Updates weren't even usable because the servers were down and we couldn't even get access to some of these updates. Now, with about a week on the game, I have a little more accurate opinion on this. Originally, when I discovered he had a Vortex, I thought this is probably going to put him right in the number 10 to the number 15 slot. A Vortex is an extremely powerful tool. And, unfortunately, he just has some limitations that are just kind of weird that I don't understand why they are there, and these limitations prevent him from being better than he actually is. So while he is not the worst character in the game anymore, that is no longer true, he is still the best character in the worst tier. So he's in the worst tier still. I shouldn't say still the best in the worst character, but he is right now the best of the worst characters. And that's not because his moves aren't good, but it's because they're inconsistent in what they do. Now, I don't care where Sub-Zero is on any tier list ever. I only care that his moves do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do them, and that's not the case. So there's been this great mystery in the community about how, when the game came out, how is Sub-Zero supposed to be played? Surely everyone's playing him wrong. We know he's great. He's just, being played wrong, and then eventually they started to accept the fact that maybe he is bottom tier. But there's always been this mystery of, he's just not being played right by anybody, as if this, were like, advanced calculus of a game. So if you look at Sub-Zero's frame data, look at the frame data of your characters, you can quickly get an idea how they're meant to be played. If you take the most aggressive offensive character in the game and compare it to Sub-Zero's frame data, the two frame data, like Kate's to Sub-Zero, you see exactly what's going on here. Sub-Zero is not an offensive god. His frame data says he's the most unsafe character in this game, one of, if not the most unsafe in the whole history of NRS, actually, by the numbers. Sub-Zero's strings do not have, his attacks do not have great frame data on block, and his strings have armor gaps in between pretty much every single hit of every single string. So this just says this is not an offensive force, but he does have ice clone, so it says, hey, he's meant to be played in a different way. And NRS buffed him in this way. So let's take a look at this. So we have the regular ice clone here. So this move is extremely unsafe. And I wanted to show just how unsafe this is by using moves that are not done as a reversal with enough time to show normal human reaction time and then add the execution time to do the move. Now, I've done a million videos on this, and I'm not going to reiterate it, in which you can actually do a Sub-Zero attack and then not clone and then do an attack and clone. And it is very easy to react to the Ice Clone and punish it. The Ice Clone in this game is actually the most unsafe move in the history of NRS. So unsafe that even when he's plus extreme advantage on hit, Ice Clone still gets punished. So here we see Raiden punishing Clone with Storm Cell and his EX Electric Fly. Now they did give him a buff. So they gave him another version of this move. This move is just as unsafe, but it does last a little longer. So it's still punished, though, in the exact same manner. And notice I'm not doing a reversal. I'm giving more than adequate time here for a punish. That was even more delayed than I did the first time. You have, literally, you can see the clone, see him land, and then say, oh, okay, I think I'll punish. And so then he has this 3-bar. And just so you can see, you can't jump over this move at all. So there's no real way. It lasts longer, so it's on the screen. Somebody wants to jump over it. It's very difficult to do. And there's like no way to get over this without actually being frozen. So, and even if you did, he's blocking. Sub-Zero's Ice Clone does not go away on block. So But the problem was that, and I'm only showing this because someone's going to mention anti-air here in my next example. This clone lasts longer, does a bunch of other things. But the problem has always been there's no mind game. People just see it and they punish it every time. So, a happy accident is the 3 ice clones, which is a command in the game for 2 bars. There's an accident, which now you can also get it for 1, which is great for Sub-Zero. Now, what is even the reason for this move? Just to get him across the screen, and what does it matter if you get him across the screen if he's always being punished? This move is here because, well, if someone's always punishing clone on reaction, Sub-Zero's at least able to get away or even bait the punish out and punish them for trying to punish him. It's like, okay, well, this gets them off of every time I see the move, I'm going to just punish it every time on a reaction, you'll never do it. The problem, again, is not only does it still get grabbed by things like Storm Cell, the same delayed punish you were going to use, even with a so let's say they change Storm Cell tomorrow, it no longer sucks you in. It wouldn't even really matter. Now this is just one character. This is just Raiden. Now, many people accuse me of only showing 1 or 2 examples here. Tom, you're being very disingenuous here. So I'm not showing anything that's not accurate as far as human timing to be able to see something and then execute what they in fact saw. Let's go to Reptile here. So we're going to record the exact same example. Now, Reptile has about 20-25 frames to react here. And again, not a reversal. That was extremely slow. If you guys really think who's going to react that fast, then I think you have a really low knowledge base on the average human and what they can do. Even an average person can do this. And that's the exact same as the 1-bar clone that lands in front. They have the same frame data. However, we have this one, right? So surely that's going to work, right? Surely that's going to work. So, no. In fact, if you were to do a reversal timing, you would actually miss this, I believe. But the beauty is, thank goodness you don't have to do this as a reversal. Because the regular clone is so unsafe that you can just do your delayed reaction and it just will happen to naturally punish all of them simultaneously. And I'll show a few. I'm not going to show a million examples here, but I will show several. So Scorpions teleport also not very safe, right? Not very fast. Scorpions teleport, Smokes teleport. They're all able to do this. So you wouldn't even have to use his flaming dash to use a bar here. So again, and this is not even as a reversal. Plenty of time to see. Now I waited until he landed there. So if you don't think a human can react to someone doing the move landing, and then then you don't understand how humans react properly. All right, so let's do now the EX. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to block again. Now you're actually juggled, and he can actually get a full combo off that. And again, there are some people that will say, Tom, that's still not enough. So keep in mind, I'm not doing reversals. I want to put in enough time for a human being to actually react. We could even do a katana fatal blow, for example, right? Fatal blows, they have extreme range and everything like that. So we're gonna test the fatal blow out here. I want to do the regular clone first. But just so you can see, clone. And it's a full punish. That didn't come out. Also not a reversal. Also not a reversal. So I'm not doing any reversal. I'm just doing it on reaction to seeing the first clone. So you can pretty much go to any, Melina, Smoke, all, Raiden, Scorpion, Reptile, Sub-Zero to himself, Johnny K. All these characters are going to be able to, well, the EX Shadow Kick misses. There are so many characters that just straight up defeat this mind game. It just doesn't really exist. And he just has, we're going to show the Johnny Cage example here as well. First, I'm going to show the example I showed in the video, and then I'm going to do it as a human. So, Johnny Cage is no longer played with Kung Lao for the most part because they nerfed the low hat. It's no longer plus on block. So, Johnny Cage is done by, they use Motaro, Goro, or Sonya for the most part now. So, I'm going to set Johnny Cage to do a reversal shadow kick. Just to kind of get the point across here first. I wanted to do this. I got a clone. Okay, so punished. Now, if you have Goro here, punished into a launcher, right? The 1-bar EX clone, punished. If I do the 3 clones, we recover at the exact same time, which leaves Johnny Cage at +1. So he's still at advantage. So I have no option to get around here. Now, somebody said, well, Tom, Mr. Disingenuous here, human reaction time, Johnny Cage would not recover this fast if he's reacting to the clone. This is very true. So what we're going to do is we are going to switch ourselves to Sub-Zero. Then we're going to duck and we're going to see the recovery. And now I get hit. You see, that's what you don't realize. I was only showing the reversal timing to show just how, as a reversal, even if he does it, what happens, But the truth is, if Johnny Cage does a delayed shadow kick, you actually get punished every single time. So for the person who made that comment about me, Tom, you're not using, human reaction time. This just goes to show you that even people that critique you don't even realize what they're talking about. If I use human reaction time, it's always a punish. The only time it misses is when you're doing a reversal. But for the most part, it's never going to miss ever. I was just trying to show that example. I just didn't want to make a video longer than it had to be. Why does this happen? Well, this happens because the move just takes too long to come out. That's why it's being sucked in by Storm Cell. That's why people can actually do their delayed reaction and punish it easier than if they did a reversal. So it's actually better to not do a reversal. So what happens is he doesn't really have any way to keep himself safe in almost any situation in the game. It's almost like that move, outside of 1 or 2 situations, it doesn't really work. Now I'm going to show, so really what I would do is you would either have to make the regular ice clone a little safer so that it would force a reversal punish, and then this move could stay the same, or you would have to make the move execute faster, which means he lands faster, so execute faster so Storm Cell wouldn't grab it. He also lands faster and then change the recovery a little bit. So he lands a little faster, which helps the recovery because the move executes faster, and then change the recovery a little bit to make this move safer by the time he lands. This would change. One of those 2 changes has to happen. There's no 2 other ways to do this. Now I want to show an example of Baraka. So let's take Baraka here. There we go. So, okay. Now here's what I want to show you. Baraka's still misses, right? Even with humans' reaction time. So Baraka's a different example here. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So let's take this example here now. This is another really strange limitation of Sub-Zero. So let's take Baraka, reversal mode, and we'll so now we know it's going to miss no matter what he does. So let's go the EX Chop Chop again. Okay. Punish. All right. And there's no clone. Let me put my commands on here so you can see I actually tried to do an ice clone. Because somebody will say, well, Tom, no commands. How do we really know you're doing the ice clone here? No problem, no problem. Okay. Oh, it respawned a little late there. And the window is a little tight to punish this. All right. No clone. Again. No clone. Why? I'll tell you why. Because Sub-Zero is still in cooldown from doing this. So this is a 2-bar punish. Now, one of the other buffs Sub-Zero got was his buff to back 2. 2 allows Sub-Zero to never miss the ice clone timing on this in open space. This is a 2-bar punish, right? So 1 bar here, 1 bar for the combo. 2-bar punish. But the reason why Sub-Zero can't do his new combo, it's not even a new combo, but we buffed back 2 to now Sub-Zero gets more damage because he can always do this. He can't because he's still on cooldown from the EX Ice Clone that caused the situation. So now he's penalized with less damage. No other character in the game is penalized by, and this happens sometimes, you hit somebody with a combo, it's kind of a broken combo, clone into combo, and ender, and then you hit them again and you still can't reclone because the cooldown hasn't happened yet. And this is a situation where you have a good situation, you bait it, you go to punish, you spend 2 bars for this, but you don't get your vortex because the clone doesn't come out, or you don't get even more damage because you have to cut it short because, the clone, it has to cool down. No character has this limitation. Kenshi can literally hit you, call Sento, even if you block the entire time Sento's out, and in the last second get opened up by a 50-50 or whatever, or happen to get hit. As soon as Sento goes away, the minute he goes away, the very second, if you happen to get hit, again, he can hit you, recall Sento right away. He can't say, oh my gosh, Sento just went away, and I just hit him the moment he went away, and now I just don't I have to wait a cooldown penalty. No. No other character in the game has this where they cannot do their normal combo because, I can't do it because of this. Only Sub-Zero. Now, I know this is something that nobody wants to hear, but the Ice Clone should have a little faster of a cooldown. No one wants to hear this. It should be maybe 4 seconds then, or 3.5. I know nobody wants the 2.5 second cooldown from the beta because you guys just hate the move. I really think it should be a 3 second cooldown still. At worst 4, so he can at least do his combos every single time. That's all he really needs. He needs at least one second. I would shave off 2, but to prevent a community riot, shave off 1 second from the Ice Clone cooldown, 1. And 2, the 3 Ice Clones need to either come out faster and then recover a little faster, or the regular Ice Clone needs to recover much faster so that it must be a reversal to punish it, which will then open up a bigger mind game with the 3 clones. These 2 changes are what he needs. I am not going like, oh, Tom just wants his bro characters. I just want the moves to do what it's supposed to do. Because right now it does not. And for those who did accuse me of being disingenuous, in the words of The Rock, you should know your role and shut your mouth before you talk to me about not doing my homework. I highly suggest you take your own advice. You guys, thanks for watching. I want to thank you for all the support you've given me. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys stay safe and have a great Christmas. And I can't wait to come up with some more stuff coming up. I do have a whole bunch of new strategies with Sub-Zero I do want to post, but I just wanted to get this out there first. Thanks for watching, everyone. You and your family stay safe. Have a great holiday. Stay tuned for more content.